On a voyage of this kind, there'll be no room for excess baggage.
Welcome back to my dark corner of this sick world.
Take a look, it's interesting.
Based on a book by Stanislav Lem, are words I never expected to say on Dark Corners.
I am not surprised.
But First Spaceship on Venus is an unusual film, an East German-Polish co-production, nice to know they can put their differences aside, shot in the GDR.
I hear it's a masterpiece.
Although, as I don't speak German, we're looking at the US dub,
I should give up, I guess.
which is usually where things come off the rails, although it should be noted that Lem himself was very critical of the original film.
Oh, nothing special.
There are definitely some good things in this film. The melted Venusian city, the living archive of robot insects, and the fact that they go to Venus in the Liberator from Blake's 7. Also, an optimism about the future.
The World Federation for Space Research has decided to change the destination.
The World Federation of Space Research, how great does that sound? And the expedition has a genuinely international crew.
Listen.
This is Dr. Chen Yu.
Kosmokrator calling Luna 3 have received your meteorite.
And a robot called Omega, which is the love child of R2-D2 and the robot from Lost in Space.
Be careful! Danger! Danger!
Although even the film seems surprised by one addition to the crew.
And a woman.
As a film, this plays out like a highbrow Wizard of Mars, but with a more cohesive plot.
But that's wonderful.
In the wreckage of an alien spacecraft, a message is found.
Further analysis showed the material to be extraterrestrial in origin and not of human manufacture.
Apparently carved onto a kebab. Once it's decoded, the news isn't good.
We will initially subject the planet to a very intense bombardment of radiation. The conquest and occupation of the Earth will then present no difficulty.
So a team of scientists head to Venus to talk this thing out.
That's a very good idea.
It's an interesting idea, but there are problems.
I think you're quite right.
Firstly, the crew are constantly amazed, but with a very limited vocabulary.
That's fantastic.
It's incredible.
That's fantastic. Incredible.
Fantastic.
It's incredible.
Secondly, they narrate everything they do in an attempt to give proceedings some sort of scientific authenticity.
First analysis of Venus atmosphere. 27% carbon dioxide, 14% formaldehyde.
Which it may well have, but stop telling me about it!
This electronic brain will be our pilot for the next 30 days.
This is the film's big problem. Stuff that, were it happening in reality, would be the scientific breakthrough of the millennium, doesn't hold our attention on screen because we know it's not real.
We are all fascinated by the vitrified forest.
Not all of us.
That's one thing we have to acknowledge.
It's like me saying, there's a dinosaur outside my window. If true, I think I would have your attention. But it's not, so you don't care.
That's just what I was afraid of.
And you certainly don't want me to go into a detailed lecture about the inner workings of its circulatory system.
Cut the motors. We're going to decelerate.
It would be fine if there was a dramatic story as well.
Just a little bit of heart, Jerome.
But what we get is
Nothing at all.
not entirely true. Towards the very end, they accidentally set off some old alien tech that threatens to destroy Earth.
Now we're really in a nice mess.
But by then, I'd passed beyond the point of not caring about the fate of the crew and had reached the point of not caring about the fate of humanity.
That's very interesting.
No, it's boring.
I'm convinced you're wrong.
True, this version is missing 15 minutes, including some no doubt poignant references to Hiroshima.
They're shadows.
Thrown on the wall when they were hit by an atomic explosion.
But I've got to say, at no point while I was watching this did I think, gee, I wish this was a quarter of an hour longer.
Now we will leave the air.
First Spaceship on Venus may not be the greatest film ever, but it's got some good ideas buried in the midst of pseudo-scientific tracts. What other films are their own worst enemy? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.
We have learned much.